Countries around the world are experiencing increasingly extreme weather conditions and have to build up their infrastructure and technology to cope.
Singapore, for instance, saw its hottest and driest September on record last month, but is also expected to see heavier rainfall and more severe floods brought about by climate change.
Copenhagen, meanwhile, suffers from significant storms, and Vanessa Lim was there to find out how it's weathering the threat.
This park is keeping Denmark's capital out of troubled waters. It's not obvious, but it has a concave design that traps rainwater. This is then collected in an underground tank and drained to prevent flash floods. To cope with climate change, Copenhagen will carry out about 300 of such novel infrastructural projects over the next 2 decades. It's similar to what cities across the world are doing, including Singapore. But the island state, which expects to see more intense rainfall but also dry spells due to climate change, faces a hurdle in dealing with localized flooding.
One of the key challenges we have is on rainfall prediction, because for Singapore we are highly convectional, so meaning that rain clouds can actually form within a very small area within a very short time, and so we are not able to use many of the commercial modeling products that look at a larger area.
So it's working on improving predictions and data collection in this area, as well as against the even bigger threat of sea level rise. While Singapore is prepared to pump in an estimated $100 billion or more over the next 100 years to build defenses like polders, the long-term solution is to slash carbon emissions. It's a priority for low-lying countries like Singapore and Denmark. They are among about 40 countries that have implemented carbon pricing. Both are also pushing companies to go green.
Just within the last year, Danish companies that are global companies and leaders on a global scale, they have decided to have a zero-target strategy. That is a dramatic change where you see that the private sector is going out and taking responsibility for climate change as well.
Both countries are also tapping each other's technologies to reduce their carbon footprint. Over at Ngee Ann Polytechnic, this technology developed by Danish firm Grundfos reduces the energy usage of its air conditioning system by using smart sensors that regulate the amount of chilled water used. Since Singapore launched its Year of Climate Action campaign last year, nearly 350,000 individuals and organizations have pledged to take steps to reduce their carbon footprint.